In Azerbaijan, to be an independent journalist is to be an enemy of the state, and the government has efficient methods for dispatching its enemies. Dozens of criminal and civil defamation charges have been brought against journalists each year by members of the Azerbaijani government. In the first 6 months of 2011, the most recent year cataloged by Human Rights Watch, 62 defamation claims were filed against reporters and editors by state officials. The consequences of these claims range from fines to multi-year prison terms. Investigative journalists, especially those who report on the president or his business dealings, are favorite targets of slander in state-run media. Reporters and editors are labeled terrorists, enemies of freedom, and worse, by government actors. Khadija Ismayilova is no exception. She has been interrogated, directly threatened, and slandered in national media. In 2009, Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, I'm very bad with pronunciation, Aliyev, directly tried to have Ismayilova fired from her job as an investigative reporter for Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty. Efforts to discredit her reached new heights in March 2012, when she became the target of a massive smear campaign that threatened to humiliate her and put her life at risk unless she stopped reporting. A letter was sent anonymously to her, calling her a whore and instructing her to, quote, behave. The package contained photos, listen to this, taken covertly of her in an intimate situation with her boyfriend. It was clear the images came from a camera hidden in her apartment. In a country where honor killings still take place, to expose photos with sexual content can be life-threatening. In spite of the dangers, Khadija said, and I quote, "When I got the blackmail letter, anger was bigger than fear." She immediately made the decision not to give in to her blackmailer's demand. She concentrated on presenting her regular 90-minute radio program, which was set to air the day she received the threatening letter. That video of her was posted online. Before and after, Khadija said she was encouraged by messages of support from fellow journalists and others in her country. Her friends took up shifts guarding her apartment, since the government refused, obviously, to provide protection for her during the incident. This came in the midst of Khadija's reporting on President Aliyev on his use of official power to influence his personal business investigations. Threats of abuse are just one barrier confronting journalists in Azerbaijan. The government has taken measures to limit the circulation of independent newspapers by destroying distribution kiosks, and they restrict street vending and they say we're doing it for aesthetic reasons. So any way you can buy the newspapers is blocked. In 2009, the government banned international broadcasts from local airwaves. The BBC, Voice of America, and Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty were denied their foremost channel to reach the Azerbaijani public. All three had operated in the country for more than a decade. Now these outlets must be accessed through satellite or the internet. It is a matter of fact that journalists who cover politics and corruption in Azerbaijan are attacked openly and with impunity, often by public officials directly. Khadija's investigations into government corruption are dangerous. She acknowledges that, she admits that, but, and now I'm going to quote her, "It doesn't seem a good enough reason to stop doing it." She says corruption is still happening. They are still using their positions to enrich their families. Asked if she has ever been tempted, even, to quit reporting, Khadija doesn't pause, never. She says good journalists are always in need, even when there is a democracy in place. When things are okay in my country, I will go somewhere else where I am needed. But she adds, I hope there will be a day where what I am doing is no longer needed. She says that will be a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2012 Courage Award winner, Khadija Ismayilova.